Every single day, Americans are being wiped out. And I know you're like, no, Bravo, it's fine. It's warm, but at the end of the day, it's okay. And I've been warning you that the system that we are currently living in, the monetary system, cannot be fixed, and it is going to wipe out everyone except for the 1%. And I'm going to show you the charts, how it's going to do that. Because the 1%, they don't care. The 1%, the people that already have the boats, they're like, just burn this thing down. It's okay because we're all going to buy back all of these assets at very low prices. And I feel like this is my job. I just come here, I sing the tune, I tell you guys, make sure that you have your life vests, you have everything all prepared, you have your boat, because the Titanic is going down and you're currently on it. And I don't care what captain is sailing this ship, you're like, we need a new captain, he'll fix it. It doesn't matter. And I don't know if you remember 6 months ago, recency bias, when you're like, markets can only go up. That's all they ever do. Go up, up, up. And now you're going to take that same tune and you're going to switch it to the other side. When is it going to stop? The markets only go down. This is so easy, shorting the market. It's forever and ever. Even the IMF is coming out and saying, this year is bad. You want to know about next year? Don't hold your breath. That one's going to be worse. Bravo, but did you see the stock market went up today? So you're not right. The market's going to go higher. And I say, no, it's not. And if you take a look at the V, the VIX is going, we're about, as Biden would say, we're 1 inch away from a liquidity crisis and all hell breaks loose, which I will show you unless I see a squirrel, then I will forget all about it. And I have a few other things I'd like to show you. Life is getting more expensive by the day amid inflation, 32%. And Americans are struggling to pay their what? Pay their everything, their bills, you name it. And here's another one, a little caveat I have for you. You know how we have all these droughts, and with droughts, there's no food. Then you have a thing called supply and demand. What's going to happen to food prices when there is no food? Let me help you with that one, Jerome. You're going to keep hiking rates on the short end, won't you? When they knock out pipelines and gas prices soar, there are so many things that because everyone's like, oh, it's inflation, Fed go burr. Not necessarily, but I digress. The number that I want to focus on is that one right there, 32%. It used to be 1 out of 4. Now we got 1 out of 3 of you. I can't pay my bills. And guess what the solution is going to be for that? It's the same solution that they have every single time. They have to give the people money just to survive. See, we're coming to an end of this debt system that they created, that money is debt or debt is money. Oh, also, there's a bill. Hey, pegging the dollar back to gold. Yeah, that bill will go over real well, which I'll get to in just a second. Sorry, I'm over on this side. All the action always happens over there. So I got to move my mic over here. And sorry about the big black thing in my mouth. If you go all the way, this is University of Michigan consumer sentiment, and I said the word right. I always have to put a little. I can't make it because my biceps are too big. You guys, how do you feel about the economy? How do you feel about everything that's going on? Not good. Look at the chart. We're at all time lows. It's horrible. Politicians will tell you everything's great. Now, finally, I guess maybe the IMF's like, okay, you know what? Stuff's happening. Here's your personal savings rate. And again, the rich, the 1%, let me just show you this. The 1% don't care that you think everything's bad because they have so much money, it doesn't matter. They want to crash this even more so they can buy more stuff because they're a bunch of psychopaths. Well, unless you're a 1% and you're not a psychopath, then, try to pat yourself on the back unless you have big biceps. Looking at personal savings rate, it's gone. Your money, you have nothing left in your bank account. Well, that is unless you're the 1%. Then damn, you have a lot of money. Actually, it almost looks like as if you guys make more money in depressionary times. Look at this. we go into the gray bars of the recession. They make more money. Oh, they make more money. They make more money, right? The rich, this is how the game is rigged. The 1% get it all. You have stories like this, the rising costs of living causing more consumers to fall behind on their monthly bills. Oh, that's so sad. Well, why don't you just give everything back at pennies on the dollar? And now I want to show you some charts when it comes to our debt-based system and how it's the law of diminishing return. It works great in the beginning. And then over time, right, just like the frog in the water, you're like, it's getting kind of hot in here. Right, it works. And that's why they have it all fixed in the future. But first, they just got to basically wipe everyone out. And then you're going to say, it's so hot, we can't live. We have a solution. And then the people will say, yay, I really want that digital dollar. Thank you very much. This is China. They've been doing it. India, velocity of money, not moving. It's the lowest since 1946. I can take you into some other Fred charts, same thing. It's not moving. Here we go, diminishing returns from U.S. debt. Do you see that going up or down? That would be down. Once you cross, I'll show you. And I want to say it's about 80% of debt to GDP. Right now we're at 120. In 2000, if you look at 2056, okay, that wasn't good. 80 was good. 2000, not good. Now, impossible. The wheels on the bus go round and round. No, they fell off. You're just pulling the bus. We're all just like, oh my gosh. And now every year in this bond market that they create bonds is just going to get bigger and bigger because they got to give you money. So they create bonds and then they're like, hey guys, you want some money? The only thing that they don't tell you is when you create a bond, you have to pay it back with interest. And right now, that interest isn't looking too good. You know this in the housing market when you're paying 7%. But that's okay. We want to just collapse everything so we can buy all those little homes back at the price that we want, or gold, or silver, or crypto, or land, or whatever. But just in case you wanted to know how much you owe, it's about $250,000 on top of what you already owe. And you have a deficit, right? Meaning like what we take in taxes, it's not covering it. So we're upside down over $1 trillion. That is every 12 months. Now, going back to our diminishing return, nothing. Again, unless you're 1%. Then you just want to burn it all down and buy it all. That's it. Because once you make it to a certain amount of money, you're just like, okay, let's do this. And that's why I jump up and down every single day and I say, do whatever you can do. And then I get pushback. How are we supposed to start a business when it's so bad? How are we supposed to turn this heat off? I can't reach with my arms. Well, I'm sorry, Brad. I didn't create the system. I didn't create where, hey, let's use money, which is debt, and let's make debt money. That's a great idea, Maynard. And here is your currently, which is actually higher than this, U.S. private and public debt as percentage of GDP. Through the roof, they're trolling us at 420. And you're also going to hear a lot of pundits, news, whatever, presidents, politicians saying, you know what? No, it's actually the people are doing really good. Look at these charts. Look at all the money that they have. Well, I mean, don't look at that. Don't look at that one, but we'll just kind of pick and choose whatever we want. If everything was going so well, why would everyone, Americans, continue to pay inflation with credit cards? Thank you, Peter Schiff. If everything was so great, why did it increase 8.3% in August? In August, revolving credit increased by a staggering 18%. Total consumer debt surged to a record almost $5 trillion, according to the latest consumer credit data from the Federal Reserve. Oh, and since we're talking gold and Peter Schiff, and just to let you know, Peter just doesn't do gold, just to let you know. He does other things. Poor guy. It's he's like the gold guy. U.S. Congressman, one guy, introduces gold standard bill as inflation spirals out of control. Well, I will tell you, Alex, let me zoom in on Alex. Hey, Alex, I could pretty much guarantee you that 5-page bill that you just created, okay, That's probably going to head over to Biden's desk, and he's going to take it right after he does a dookie, and he's going to wipe himself with it. But I do like your smile, so you, Alex, can come to my island where we have real money. Because people like this from the IMF have a different agenda. And I don't know if you caught this. They actually sounded pretty doom and gloom to me. IMF lowers global growth forecast. Oh, really? With risks, quote, unusually large to the downside. So if the IMF is telling you that they're using words like unusually large to the downside, I would be very careful in the stock market and anything that is a risk asset. But Bravo, you say one thing, but market go up today. The Dow up 1%. Volatility up almost, that's the one I want to look at. The Russell's up. The NASDAQ is down. And one of you guys, I read all your comments, even the troll one. But you asked me about my Apple position. That was closed at a 14.03% gain. Why? Well, looking at Lux Algo, you were in overbought conditions like crazy. You're all the way down here into the oversold conditions. So you should see a bounce. But there are two white lines on this chart that I want you to see. This one is your price target. Also, if you are interested, I just launched a bear market course for $200, and you will never ever in the history of your life be able to get it cheaper than that. So take advantage of that before the price goes up. And also, now I'm going to move this just to give you guys, do you see? You see what wait. It's changing. See, I just took that from a descending broadening wedge. Do you see what I see? Here, let me draw another line. This is for those of you, if you are interested in trading Apple, that's what we're currently on. Let me do this for you. I'm a little off. Sorry, I'm just live drawing it here. So you have a probability of a rip to the upside or the downside. Okay, so here is what the charts are showing you. Also, symmetrical triangles have it's a 50-50 shot. So this is actually in February. Does February, and it's usually about 75-80% of the way, all the way to the apex, it's going to break. Would you say maybe next year in February, March, there's a pivot? And also, do you see how I am never just one-sided? I'm not like, market's going to go all the way down to the ground to zero, and you're going to wake up one morning, you can buy Apple for zero. No, I'm not saying that. Now this is a clear two-touch trend line, okay? That has a lot more touches. That's 1, 2, 3. This is a confirmed triangle. And a lot of people are like, oh, Bravo said the market's going to go down. And you're going to get wrecked. See, there is a reason why I enter, why I exit. I look at the charts and I base 100% of my decisions, well, unless I see the E and it's an exit, then I exit. But I can always get right back in the next day. But guys, take advantage of what I offer. It even comes with buy and sell indicators. If you want to turn that on, I don't need it because I know how to do it. Like this, look, sell, oh, you made money. Oh, buy, you made money. Sell, you made money. Buy, you made money. Sell, buy. Look at this rip right here when this indicator came on. Yes, it's all hand-packed in the course, 25%. This was where my 172 was my sell. It was obvious to me. I don't even need a button. What are we at right now? And a lot of times you just have to wait. I don't know from here to, and I'm just 19%. But now you have a high probability that you have found support and you will bounce. Then you will have a buy indicator come on, or you will crack through that support and who knows where price target is. That is not, you see, I saw a squirrel and I chased it. That was not the droids I was looking for. It's actually this one right here. This is the VIX, and a lot of buy sells, right? Wow, that's really messy there, Bravo. So let me just clean it up for you. So the VIX is higher today and the stock market's higher. Huh, that's interesting. Glad I don't have 20 minutes to explain the VIX to you. So when this breaks, this is that blue line. That's your liquidity crisis. Every time it finds support above 30, if you want to market 36.50, again, all hell breaks loose. And I would say we're getting pretty darn close to reaching 80% of that apex. And when that goes, it won't just be Kathy Woods writing Jerome like, this needs to stop. it's going to be the entire world. And they're going to say, we need a new monetary system. This isn't working. We need liquidity. You're not giving it to us. It's done. Let's just do a reset. Oh, hey. Oh, we have a solution here. Here comes the open revolt. Oh, wait, it's already here. A reeling Europe lashes out at the Fed for bringing us to a world recession. So the fire is just beginning to kindle, right? As we're in the water with our friendly frog. And the rest of the world is having to intervene while everything goes down and the heat keeps getting turned up. Bank of England intervenes again in the bond market. Didn't you see this one coming? Yeah, because you saw it coming before, because that's what they have to do every single time. Top 1% and everyone that owns this entire system knows. Keep the heat going. Get everyone out. And that includes you too, retail. Out. This is our market, not yours. Don't try to turn your 100,000 into 1 million. We got this. Rich millennials have lost confidence in the stock market. A new survey by the bank finds that young and wealthy prefer assets like cryptocurrency. Are you crazy? Real estate and private equity, which I have to say I do. I love Bitcoin. I mean, I even did a course that helps you trade the crypto. I get it, but it is a risk asset, and it is an asset that the government hates. And it is not green. And when they introduce their own money, they're going to say, ooh, that's illegal. And then they will do everything that they can to manipulate it. And they will, just like they did with gold. They're like, I know you created this bill and you really want gold and you want to bring us back to these boom bust cycles, but damn, we make so much money in them. So whatever you do, millennials or rich millennials that are going all in right now in real estate and private equity and crypto, don't put all of your eggs in one basket. And I say that about anything, the stock market, gold, silver, crypto, I don't know, your girlfriend that you have on the side. Because at some point, she may take you for everything that you have. All it takes, hold on, is for just one phone call to your wife and the game is up. Oh, and hurry up on making money on the way down, because it's not always going to go down and then it's going to reverse. And then will you be with me buying it on the way up? I sure hope so. And I will see you tomorrow because I work every single day of my life, even though I don't have to. And remember to take advantage of Portfolio Shield. You'll be glad you did.